some of my audience, and I don't want to say many of them, but some of my audience might not even understand what wholesaling is. Can you just give just a real quick synopsis of what a traditional wholesaling deal is?
Well, listen, wholesale, in my opinion, is just the art of finding discounted properties. And when you find those properties, you put them under contract, right? And the interesting thing is when you have a purchase agreement signed by you and a property owner, you instantly have an asset. You have the exclusive right to purchase that property with those terms. There is a there's a big market of people that want that deal. There's a high demand for that opportunity. And so what you do is you can either close on that deal yourself and flip that property. You can close on it, fix it up, put it into your rental portfolio. Or what you can do is you can assign your right to purchase that property. So you, and the average fee for that across the country is $15,000. So you get a property that's fixed up worth 200, you lock it up for 80, you sell it to an investor for 90, they put 40,000 into it to flip it, they make the profit there. That's what we're talking about. So that's the simplest form. Basically, you're matching up a ugly house with an investor that wants to invest in that community. Because the fact is, people that sell properties to us, they want speed and convenience. And every property owner has to decide what they want. And you have three main factors: speed, convenience, and price. If you want, and you can only have two. You can only get two as a seller. You can't have all three of them, right? You get speed, convenience, and price. And so if you want the highest price, then you're going to have to put it on the market. You have to be inconvenienced by fixing it all up and disclosing everything that's ever happened to the property and going through appraisals and putting your dogs away while there's showings and, making all the repairs during the inspection and all these things. But that's not what we're talking about. What we're talking about is people that go, you know what? I don't want to do anything to this. I just inherited this property. It's in original condition. I'm not going to fix it up. I want to just sell it cash as is right now. Who will give me the best price? Boom. That's it. That's it. And so that's what we're looking at. We're looking at people that want to trade price for speed and convenience. And that's not everybody. That's not most sellers, but 6 to 10% is.
And it's just finding that golden nugget. But
that's it.
The other thing too with wholesaling, and you kind of already hit this, but I want to just reiterate this, is wholesaling is a great way for a real estate investor or someone thinking about getting into real estate, because you don't need a ton of money. If you're going to start in real estate, like you can become a realtor. I mean, you still need some money to pay for all the licensing and all that. You can, get into it and start flipping, but you're going to need some capital. Even in today's world, you definitely are going to need some capital. Even if you use private money club, you're still going to probably need a little bit. Then there's the rental game, the development game, all those, you're going to need money. But then there's wholesaling. And, I've heard this talked about a lot, and I haven't heard you so much say it, but like a lot of people say you can wholesale and you don't need any money to do it. Can you talk just a little bit about your take on that statement?
Yeah, I disagree a little bit with that. Yes, you don't need to be able to it's for the most part, if you have a good inspection period, if you understand that you need to sell your right to that agreement during your inspection period, there's little to no risk. That's really what you're talking about here, is the risk factor, which really helps out a lot of people. But here's the thing. I believe that you need to be the actual buyer. When you put yourself on the contract to be a buyer, you need to have the ability to buy that property. Now, the beautiful thing about our industry is there's something called transactional funding, right? Transactional funding is they'll fund 100% of that purchase as long as you've already got that thing sold and it's just sitting there ready to go, right? So that makes you the buyer, right? That makes you in actual, you have the ability to purchase that property. Because if you don't, just tell them that you want to wholesale it. You're not going to actually buy this property. You don't have the ability to buy that property. Don't lie to people, right? But if you get transactional funding, you don't have to. So you just talk to a transactional funder, and I'm sure you've got like a bazillion of them, Chris, that you can refer,
Oh,
and
geez.
they're there to back you up. There's more money, and you just said this before. There's more money than there are deals.
Yep.
There's more money than there are deals. So you already have the bank. The industry is really set up for us to find great opportunities. So the money should not be the problem there. You should have the confidence that you can purchase that property 100%. So now you're the buyer in that deal, and but you have to build that relationship with a lender for sure, 100%. Because then you're going to have imposter syndrome, and you're just going to never do anything because you're like, I only have $14 in my account. How am I offering $150,000 for this property?